I dreamed of doing this race since I was 16, 17. Yeah, I dreamed of it. I read about all these people. I worshipped them. You know, it was just, it's such a big thing. It's such a unique thing. Only 87 people in the whole world to finish this race. And so, you know, just I'm looking forward to every single part of it. I'm also, you know, apprehensive. I think the Southern Ocean is going to be terrifying. There are going to be bits that are going to push me harder, further than, you know, I ever thought I was capable, but I just can't wait. I can't wait to do any of it. So I sailed from a really young age, like from when I was tiny. My grandfather had always had a boat, and so my parents sailed with him, and it was something we did on the weekends when we were kids. So I grew up really familiar with boats, but not really in love with sailing. I think I fell in love with sailing when I went on a youth holiday when I was like 15, 16 years old, and that was without my parents, without my family, and there was a real sense of independence, so that was really when sailing grabbed me. The thing about the Vendée Globe race is that it's 3 months of really hardcore performance from me and from the boat, and so I need to make sure the boat is as strong as possible. So next week on Tuesday we're taking the mast out, we're taking the keel off, we're taking the rudders off. We're going to take the boat and put it in a shed, take every single piece of equipment off it, inspect it, clean it, maintain it, replace the bits that are looking old, make sure that everything is as strong as possible, and look for any weaknesses and eliminate them. It's interesting, so a day is, obviously it's a 24-hour period, but it doesn't matter to me whether it's dark or light. I still have a set amount of things to do. So I work from a list of priorities, and I'm fairly strict, so there are some things, key things at the top. Is the boat going in the right direction? Is the boat safe? Is the boat going fast? And I have to address those things constantly all the time. So every half an hour or so I'm maintaining the course, I'm looking at the sails, I'm just making sure the boat is on peak performance. So you can probably see by the state of me, I'm quite tired. The last 24 hours, I guess, really have been really difficult for me. I have felt awful. The thing with both eating and sleeping is it's little and often. So with the sleeping, I don't normally sleep for more than 30 minutes at a time, because 30 minutes is about the longest I can rely that nothing's going to change. So when I sleep, I literally go down into the cabin, I lie on a beanbag on the floor, I close my eyes, I'm asleep within about a minute, and we're fully clothed, don't get changed or anything, and then just wake up 30 minutes later, back into it again. And eating, I eat freeze-dried food. I'll take a packet of freeze-dried food, put it in a flask, add hot water, and then that way, if I get interrupted halfway through making it or halfway through eating it, I've still got a hot meal waiting for me. I can just go and do what I need to do and then come back again. Tonight I am having fish and potato with parsley which is one of my favourites. Trick with freeze-dried is always add more water than they say on the packet, and always leave it for longer than they say on the packet. And so even when things seem really, really hard, when you feel like the whole world's against you, you know, when you think you can't find a solution, then there's no other option. You can't go anywhere else. And so, you know, I think that always is, that stops you from indulging in any sort of self-pity or anything like that, because, you know, if you want things to get better, then you have to make them better. I was in a storm in the Bay of Biscay which had hurricane force winds, and my boat got rolled upside down, and that was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. It was terrifying. It was really distressing because it was my boat, and the boat got really trashed. But it just, you know, the force of storms like that and the force of nature, it just really, it gives you a huge amount of respect for this environment, and for making sure that, you know, before you set sail, always you have the best boat in the best condition.
So finally, I'm out here where I belong. The last couple of weeks have just been off the scale crazy. And I've been stretched to the point of feeling like I was going to break a fair few times. But I'm still here and I'm still fighting, and I've got to be where it's all okay.
You know, there are multiple times where there is so much energy in the boat, where the boat is really, really flying, and it's a physical experience. You know, it's noisy, you can feel vibrations through the boat, you're going so fast, you feel the wind on your skin, and it just is so energizing. And then, you know, just looking at the surroundings, being in the middle of the ocean, looking at night, looking at all the stars is incredible. And then sometimes you'll have phosphorescence in the water, so the water just electrifies next to you and you've got like neon streaks. And then dolphins, if you see dolphins at night, they're like silver bullets cutting through the water. It's all of it, it's utterly incredible. So sometimes then I do feel a little bit lonely, but not that often. But I think, you know, the really important thing to remember is there is a big difference between alone and being lonely. And there are people living in the middle of cities, you know, who work in massive big corporations who are lonely. And I'm alone, and I've chosen to be alone. But I don't feel lonely because I've got so many people behind me, supporting me, who care about me, who are watching me. It's just sometimes you do miss being able to share something with someone, but you know, I can always share it when I get back. But also, you know, I love what I do. I mean, I really love it. It gives me so much energy. It makes me so happy. I'm utterly privileged to be able to race boats like this, and even when I'm having a hard day and I'm feeling sorry for myself, and of course I do, you know, I always tune back into the fact that actually I chose to be here and I chose to do this, and I am lucky to do it. And actually, you know, it's hard times, they pass, they always pass, and the good times are way better than the hard times.